You might hear background noise. That's because I'm right next to like a window, kind of, sort of. It's like I'm right next to a window and it has an air conditioner in it, so you're gonna hear probably cars going by. And then my mom, her big ass mouth is downstairs, so she's not gonna be very appreciative that I said that, but whatever. So, hi. I did just have a margarita from Chili's. I had a strawberry margarita. It was really good, so I did drink that. But I don't feel how I usually feel when I'm filming this video, filming these videos, which is drunk enough to not cry about my trauma. So I got like a small bottle of Pink Whitney, but if you know Pink Whitney, that shit goes very far. So it's I don't need no big ass bottle. Like the big bottles I think got 14%. Okay, you guys are about to hear the irritation in my voice because this voiceover has been done over a million fucking times. And there's another voiceover further down in this video that has been done over a million fucking times because I can't get my words correct. But I want to say this about the number 14. I don't know where I got that from, okay? Don't know where I got that number from, but we're going to disregard it because the shit doesn't make sense to say that a little bottle of Pink Whitney has more alcohol percentage than a medium or big bottle of Pink Whitney. To you guys, that may not be a big deal. It could be I just made a mistake, but I am editing this video, so I want to correct shit. All right. Now, that's all I want to say. Back to the fucking video. Jesus. And that be having me like whatever. So like I said before, I only need about 4 or 5 to feel what everybody else would feel because I'm a lightweight. So I will be sipping on this little bottle throughout the video. Also, this is the only thing my mom had. I had my MXD because if you've been watching, I love my MXDs. I've been having them since my boyfriend put me onto them, but I left it at home in my fucking refrigerator. So I'm high-key mad about that, but it's okay. We're gonna roll with it. It's okay. So this story time, let me see. Sorry if that light is, I don't think it's too bright. I don't think that light is too bright. I think it's fine a little bit. I was gonna move it, but it looked like it don't want to be moved. Like it looks like it's stuck to the desk, so I'm not gonna move it. I'm gonna just leave it alone. But this story time, my sister requested it. Yes, one of my little sisters, not the littlest sister I have, but like my sister, Dilshay, she requested for me to tell this, and you know, I think I am ready to tell this story because honestly, this story doesn't bring me any type of trauma at all. It's just funny to me, but the year that it happened didn't bring me, you know, so much pain because a lot happened. And so I don't consider it to be the worst year of my life, but it is definitely top 2. Like the worst year of my life was 7th and 8th grade, not 7th and 8th grade year. Gosh, fucking up already. It started my 7th grade year because that's when all the bullshit began. But this was definitely top 2, which as time goes on, you'll probably be like, well, why is that year worse than this year when a whole lot more shit happened? I guess because it was just, honestly, it was shocking. And then once like time went on, this shit wasn't shocking to me at all. Like I knew what I was dealing with at this point in my freshman year. I was just like, okay, I know the game, I know whatever. And even though it is traumatic for me, I have become accustomed to that, so it hurt a whole lot less. I hope I didn't just spit like talking on camera. If I did, I'm so sorry. I apologize in advance. But I talked to my therapist. Yes.
What was that?
Who is begging like that? Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I had to see who was like banging like that because it sounded like my boyfriend's music. I'm like, why would he pull up here? I didn't tell him to come yet. Where was I at? I sorted out my therapist. So we talked about it, and we talked about that year and the story I'm gonna tell and why. When my sister asked me, she was like, oh, it'd be fun if you told this story. Like I said, it doesn't really bring me any trauma, but that year does. So like, I've been telling stories for my 7th and 8th grade year because I have been through years of therapy talking about those 2 years. So it's easier for me to tell those stories than it is my 9th grade year because I don't really think I've sorted out all that trauma that happened during that year. So it's a little bit harder for me to be like, all right, this is, this is what happened that year. But honestly, I think that this story, like I said, for the 3rd and final time, I'm gonna try not to say it again. It doesn't bring me any trauma, so it's pretty funny, so I'm gonna tell it. So it was my freshman year, and in the first story time, you hear Taylor say that we had this teacher, because at some point during the school year, we had a set schedule, but then they changed it. And I believe this was the only thing that changed was our 3rd period, who we would have for our 3rd period. So we had health in the beginning, and then it transferred over into Miss Williams. She ended up being our, God, I can't remember what she taught, but she ended up being our 3rd period. So, or it was vice versa. Either way, it happened. Either we had health first and then we had her, or once they switched it, or we had her first and then health. Either way, those were the 2 classes that they ended up like switching us at some point. So I think it's the first one. I think that we had her like once they switched us. Like, they didn't switch all of our classes. It was just our 3rd period for some reason that they switched, from what I remember. And Miss Williams and me, I don't really remember. Maybe that's me trauma blocking. But I really don't remember how, like, we ended up not liking each other. I just know that she was just another teacher I did not like. And we constantly would get into these, like, battles. Because, like, if you can't already tell, if you haven't already picked up the theme, when I don't like a teacher, I start to do things to them back. Like, I start fucking with them back because that's my way of taking back my power from said teacher. So when people start to do stuff to me, I start to do something to them to irritate them. And one of the things that she hated the most was us coming to her class late. We would literally wait until the bell rung and then knock on her door. Like, that's how petty we were about it, because it was me, Taylor Vaughn, and the guy from the first story time that we're not going to bring up his name. So we 3, back when all 3 of us were cool, we were, because Cara didn't have this class. She would go to Spanish. I'm going to bet my left arm that she had Spanish. Actually, I'm right-handed. I just said some dumb shit. I bet my right arm that she had Spanish. So she would go to Spanish and we would, go to this class. And we constantly would just skip to piss her off. Okay, so I'm going to put these videos of me skipping, but I want to say this. I look back on these videos and I don't think I look as bad as I used to believe I looked back then. And part of that could be I was being bullied at the time, so I would criticize myself the way other people would. I will also say this. I see a need for improvement in some areas, but I was a kid at the time. I was going through puberty, which a lot of people go through. We all have our need to glow up in some areas. So let's not overly criticize 15-year-old Serenity, okay? Let's be very nice to her. Let's not talk about, all the things that she needed to improve on back then, all right? Okay, here goes these fucking videos of me skipping Miss Williams' class. Just almost got caught skipping because of these children. I want to go kill, oh my God, like, it is boring. We was trying to play Knicker-Docker. Aaron is here, baby. Aaron is here. White Aaron, you didn't say which one, boy. Specify when you say names. I thought you was talking about my Aaron. If I was talking about him, I would say Aaron. Oh my God. Bitch, in here skipping. It took us forever to get in here. Isn't that right, boy? It's a lie. He lied. He had to use the bathroom. Okay. But yeah. Look at me.
This is my first time skipping.
Yeah, the whole year. But like walking me, you know I used to skip back to back. So don't play with me.
This your first time skipping the whole year?
Yeah, this whole school year. Unless you count like skipping school period.
I skipped school period.
Where you be going? Oh my god. Bro, it's hot. I don't know what their two issues were with her. I don't know. I can't even remember my own issue. I just know I didn't like her. And so, excuse me, we had like been doing that for a while, to the point where she would call in people like the assistant principal or security guard. She'd be like, they do this shit every day. They purposely skip my class and wait until the bell rings to want to come to my class just to irritate me. And I'm like, you know what? You are so right, sis. Go off. I'm trying to get this open. I can't get the cap on. Oh my gosh. Why is it like, what's going on? I'm about to use like the bottom of my freaking sweatshirt. Honestly, you probably will never not see me in a sweatshirt or a hoodie, just to like throw off a little bit of sight. You will, but you won't. You will, but you won't, because hot girls or hot people, I won't even say hot girls, hot people wear hoodies even in the fucking summer. You know what I'm saying? I can't get this shit open. Oh my gosh. I don't want to use my teeth. That would be like so. Hold on, give me a second. All right, I'm back. I had to use my teeth, and I didn't want to put that in there because that looks totally disgusting. But I'm about to take this first shot. Peak Whitney almost tastes like a strong juice. That's why it's able to get you fucked up so quickly. It hits you up out of nowhere. It hits you up out of nowhere. It hits you out of nowhere. It hits you up out of nowhere. Whatever. So, like, just to give an example of us coming late to her class just to fuck with her, there was one time that we did, and what really happened was, I don't know why Taylor was so upset this day. I have like an idea of it, but we ended up coming to her class late, and she stopped us at the door. She was like, no, we're not doing this. You guys do this every single day. You're not coming to my class late. And she, like I said, grabbed one of the security guards and was like, they need to just like be escorted to the office, or whatever you do with them. They cannot come to my class because they do this all the time on purpose. And then she turns and looks at Taylor Vaughn, and she's like, and then he is over there writing on the walls. Now, he was like doodling on the walls, but I think my idea of what could have pissed him off is that there was so much writing on that wall. It was so much. That was her nitpicking with us, which honestly, rightfully so, because we were fucking with her at this point. But that was like something she just nitpicked about. And he's like, well, bitch, everybody's handwriting is on this wall. You know how many people that write on this wall? You want to point out that I'm writing on the wall because you want to be petty about something. So Taylor Vaughn ends up going like, saying exactly what I said, but in his own way. He's like, everybody don't roll on this wall. So like, imagine two people talking at once. He's talking about how everybody don't roll on this wall. She's like, you see he's being disrespectful, blah blah. So you got, hey, he's being disrespectful, he's writing on the wall, bitch, everybody don't roll on this wall. You see this, that name, and they're just like literally going back and forth until the security was like, all right, cool, we go wrap this up. Y'all are not to come to her class late no more. Don't do it, whatever. And we eventually get let in. So your plan didn't work too well, honey, just to let you know. But yeah, we just had this not good relationship, and there this is the situation. So it was either her 5th or 6th period. She used to drink coffee constantly. Miss Williams literally would drink coffee constantly, and I'll put like a picture up there of her. Like, I have a picture of her like not chugging, but like the cup is all the way to her mouth. Like, she would tell us all the time, oh, y'all don't want to do that today, I had my coffee. Like, she wouldn't care what you did as long as she had her coffee first, because she could deal with it if she had her coffee. So she would literally walk, I ain't had my coffee today. No, don't come and ask me no questions. I ain't even touched my coffee yet. You know, all the time about this damn coffee. I can't make it up. So she wasn't the only one that rubbed me the wrong way. She rubbed a lot of people or a lot of students the wrong way. And so one of her periods, whether it was her 5th or 6th, I can't remember the exact one, decided that they were going to get some get back, which I'm not saying is right at all, because what they ended up doing was way worse than I ended up doing. And I was just like, I mean, like, I done seen levels, like I said, like, in one of my story times, my students around me have, like, done shit to try to, like, do shit to a teacher. And don't get me wrong, that's still wrong as fuck, but, like, nobody has ever went to this extreme to do something like this. So she would leave her coffee out, and she would leave her, like, coffee pot out. So coffee cup, coffee pot. And so they had decided, I don't know who she pissed off or why they were upset or whatever the case is, but one of her periods decided that they were going to poison the fuck out of her.
Huh? What? Oh. Okay.
Like, seriously. No jokes. Actually, I was supposed to, I left that downstairs. I always say I want to have a little bit of symbolism of what the story is going to be about, and I left it downstairs. Okay, give me one moment. Okay, so I had my little sister go get what I forgot. It's okay. You good. I forgot she's in here, but I forgot it downstairs. And while I was waiting, look at that shit. I need to quit it because, like I said, that shit gonna sneak up on you. But here it is. So they decided to put hand sanitizer. I don't know if it's gonna, you'll be able to see that because of the light or anything like that. It's not gonna let me zoom because it's on video, but they decided to put hand sanitizer and staples. Fucking staples. Like, and I'm not even talking about, like, individually. Like, you know how if a paper's stapled and you take it out and they has that, like, little individual staple. I'm talking about, like, a ream of fucking staples. Like, when you use it to put them in a stapler. They decide to put, like, multiple reams. I hope I'm, like, saying, like, the right word. But multiple long-ass packs of staples in her coffee.
Y'all are going to jail! Period!
I'm just like, how many times can I witness attempted murder? You are got, like, one fucking, I didn't tell this story time, but, like, I briefly touched on it in one of my other videos. You got people fucking spraying perfume to kill poor Miss Castle, knowing she's fucking allergic, and now you got this. Like, this was extreme. And I'm telling you, it wasn't even like a little bit. When I tell you that she did, for what I remember, she didn't even end up drinking it, because that's how much, like, they were literally going like, oh, it must be locked. Thank God it's locked. But literally, like, so fucking much that she smelt that shit. She literally smelt it. They were trying to, like, poison her ass. And not only that, think about it. You're swallowing, like, imagine if you pick up your cup of whatever and you not looking because you don't expect shit to be wrong with the cup you just picked up. She would have swallowed, and that shit could have cut her fucking throat open. Like, the things the fucking people I went to school with would do is just crazy. And for the stupidest ass reasons. Stupidest. That probably not even the word. Whatever. You guys get the point. So that ends up happening. Right? We walked into class one day and her shit was literally in, like, investigation bags.
It's not funny. It's really not funny.
I kid you not. They had her coffee pot and, you know, the coffee maker, and they had her coffee cup in a fucking investigation bag along with hand sanitizer, and staples. And I'm just, I laughed when I first saw it. Because, like, I heard about them doing that, but I'm just like, even though I done seen a lot of shit, I was just like, okay, bullshit. Like, every time I think that somebody in my fucking school at this point could not do shit to, like, shock me, I'm just like, y'all keep upping the ante. Like, y'all keep upping that shit. I was just like, all right, whatever. Probably just over-exaggerative, you know, rumor. No, like, they dead ass were trying to kill her. So I walked in, I burst out laughing, and she was still working at this point. And she had typed up her little, like, I don't remember what the word is called right now. A letter you type to, like, your boss to let them know that you're going to take some time off. Like, this situation had traumatized her so much that she was taking time off. And you may ask, well, how do you know she was traumatized by it, Serenity? How do you know she didn't just laugh it off? Because we were sitting in class, and I'm pretty sure I could upload videos of me. And not in this moment, obviously, but, like, the class that we were in.
I'm just all done.
He going over there.
If I don't, like I said, it's because I'm not fucking Jake Paul, and I ain't good at this shit yet to know how to blur some shit, and I'm trying not to, like, put people's faces in there so that they don't sue me for what the fuck I don't got yet. But yeah, sitting in class, and I'm right next to Taylor. Now, music, all I had was music. All I had was music. Like, I would listen to my music, and I don't remember, because at some, like, point, I started back doing my work, because at first I wasn't doing my work because I did not want to go to school, and I was rebelling, and I'm like, fuck you, you're gonna make me go to a school I don't want to go to. I'm being tortured. I'm not gonna do my schoolwork. Fuck you. As a fuck you to my mom, because I knew that pissed her off. So at some point I did end up doing my schoolwork. So I don't remember if I was doing it at this point or if I wasn't still not doing it. But I remember I had my headphones in, and it wasn't very loud. It was like medium volume to where I can still hear if somebody said something to me. So when Taylor Von tapped me and he was like, she's afraid of the kids in her classroom, it didn't hit me. Like, you know how something doesn't hit you until, like, you really think about it? So when he told me that, I'm like, all right, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then a few minutes, I kid you, it was probably like, kid you not, 5 minutes later, I looked at Taylor Von, and then I looked at my teacher, because at this point she was reading. We had an assistant teacher. I don't remember her name, but they called her Ladybug. They called her Ladybug, and she was reading off her, like, the little letter she was typing to make, hey, does this sound okay? Does this sound professional? Whatever. Let me know what you think about it. And she was at, like, I think the middle of it. And I just started bursting out laughing because everything just started to come together. And I would be afraid too. If I was a 30-year-old, however old she was, I know she had to be, like, old. No shade, but shade. And I had kids literally trying to poison me, I would be afraid too, but I was just laughing because of how all of it came together. Like, at the time, because like I said, I wasn't very, like I said this before, I wasn't very empathetic to people in their other situations, especially if I feel like you have fucked me over or you did too much when it came to me. I would laugh at your pain. You didn't really get much compassion for me back then. Like, I still had compassion, but not as much as I have now or before shit started happening to me, because I started to turn evil. So I was laughing at her because I'm like, how are you 30 years old and you're afraid of 15 and 16-year-olds? Or, because our classes were mixed up, so, like, let's say 17-year-olds. You're afraid of somebody half your age. Okay, you are now at the second voiceover I spoke about in the beginning of this video. What was irritation has turned into tiredness, which I'm pretty sure you can hear my voice because, like the other voiceover, this has been recorded over 1 million fucking times. But silver lining, you're almost through this fucking video, so let me try to wrap this up quick so you can get back to the video. When I'm saying that us kids were half her age, I should have said we were younger. That was the right term for the situation, because we were not half her age. We were way younger than this bitch. So imagine when I am saying half her age, I'm saying younger. All right? So I'm going to let you get back to the video because I am tired. I'm overdoing voiceovers. And yeah, back to the fucking video. That's just what it is. So I was laughing. I burst out laughing because I'm like, I cannot believe this shit. They really tried to kill her. She's, like, taking time off because they tried to kill her. She's scared shitless because she literally was, like, once it all clicked in for me, her reading off that letter saying like, I heard what Taylor said to me, so I didn't hear her say it, but I heard Taylor, and then she was just talking like, yeah, I just think I like reading the letter back to Ladybug. It was just like, yeah, I just think I need to take some time. A lot has happened. The kids just don't respect me, whatever. I was weak, and our class, it wasn't quiet, but it was quiet enough to where people could hear each other if we were to be loud. And my laugh is very obnoxious and loud, like. So I started to laugh so hard because of everything that just came together, everything that just clicked. And my teacher was just like, I don't know what's so funny. And then Taylor was like, jokingly, because this is how we joke with each other. He's like, oh, she's a crackhead. And of course, person that the first story time I ever posted was about is going to say some slick shit and talk about some, yeah, I don't know, she just laughs at nothing or whatever. Bitch, you're not a part of the conversation, bitch. You don't get to have the recipe to our peach cobbler, bitch. That's why I don't think, like I said, I don't remember if I was officially done with him yet. I don't remember. I have no idea, because like I said, there was a few times where I would forgive him, because even though I was turning evil, I still had compassion. So I would forgive him and kind of move on, especially if it was little shit. But I don't remember if I had cut him off completely yet, but I know that he had to be some type of mad. It doesn't even matter if I didn't cut him off completely or if I was still talking to him. He was mad that he didn't understand what me and Taylor were like joking about. He wasn't a part of it. That upset him. That's why, like I said in the first story time, he did not want us to be friends. He did not like the fact that he wasn't a part of the joke that was going on. So, of course, he had to say something out his slick ass mouth. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you're so mad that you're not getting the recipe to this peach ass cobbler. You're mad, bitch. You're real mad. So, anyway, time goes on, and I don't remember if she took her, like, time off or not. I don't remember if she, I think it's called a leave of absence, but I don't want to say that and sound dumb, but already I sound dumb anyway because I mess up my words and, like, not all the way there. So I'm gonna say leave of absence. I don't know if she took it at this point, she had came back, or she was getting ready to take it. But I was sitting in class, once again minding my business, and I was talking to Taylor, like having a conversation with him, and she walks into the room to talk to my teacher, Mr. Lacking. And so when she came in the room to talk to Mr. Lacking, I was talking to Taylor about not paying attention to her. She decided to say some slick ass shit out her mouth. So of course, D being D, or I need to give him a name. I need to give him, what did Taylor about? Stars. But he's not worthy of the name Stars. Oh, damn, excuse me. I'm trying to think of a name for this man. Not even man, little boy. I don't know. Fucker. We're going to call him Fucker. His name starts with a D, but whatever. We're going to call him Fucker. So Fucker, who the first story time I ever posted is about, and I keep clarifying that so you can know, at least get an idea of who I'm talking about, decides, of course, because if you didn't see the first story time, I'm going to briefly explain to you, he's messy. He loves drama. He didn't want me to tell him about being friends, but this isn't about him. It's not about him. He decides to tell me that she called me crazy.
Hold on, bitch. Look, turn my head. Move my hair out the way, bitch. What was said? What was said?
For whatever reason, unprovoked, this woman decided to call me crazy. Why are you calling me crazy? I'm having a friend. I'm having a conversation with my friend. You walk in, bitch. They just tried to kill you because you run your mouth too fucking much. That's how I felt at the time. You run your mouth too fucking much. You got what you fucking deserve because you keep running your fucking mouth, bitch. Why are you running your mouth about me? And I'm a child. Like, at this point, like, think about it. I'm literally a kid, and you got a 30-year-old woman, probably older than that, sitting there, like, coming at a child for no reason. And so, I don't know why she chose to point me out of all people. I don't know. I guess maybe she thought I was talking about her as soon as she walked in. Maybe we started talking a little bit more. She felt insecure, like, oh, they're talking about me. I have to say something before they say something to me. I have to defend myself. And it's like, girl, get some balls and grow up. You're like, I'm not going, whatever. So I turn around because I'm like, okay, I didn't immediately believe that she said something to me because this is fucker we're talking about. So fucker tends to lie to stir shit up. So I did not want to sit there and just automatically go off on her. I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. So I'm like, did you just say something about me? I asked her. She boldly, like, bitch, you're feeling bold. Okay, I'm about to shut you all the way down. I didn't even know I was going to shut her down because I'm the type of person where when I say something to somebody, I have one goal in mind. I want to mess with you as bad as you messed with me. Either I want to hurt you as bad as you hurt me. I want to upset you, irritate you, whatever. Any feeling that I'm feeling, I want you to feel that shit too. You're going to feel that shit in your stomach. So I didn't like intend for it to turn into what it did, but it did. And I'm not even gonna lie, at the time I was very happy and pleased with myself because bitch, if you would have left me alone, I wouldn't have said nothing to you. I wasn't even thinking about you. But she boldly said with her 40-year-old ass, old ass, Grim Reaper ass, she boldly was like, yeah, I said you're crazy.
No, all is crazy. No, I'm not crazy.
How am I crazy? Because I'm sitting here having a conversation with my friend. I'm playing with tape. But how am I crazy? I'm sitting here having a conversation that has, you want to be like involved so bad. So I turned around without thinking, but unprovoked. I said, okay, Mochatizer.
Let's just get down to the point. Jocelyn! No, Professor.
And just for people that don't get it, because I'm pretty sure people, they can put context clues together. But if I'm explaining this to you, it doesn't mean you're slow. It just, I'm the type of person where, okay, I don't get the joke. Tell me that again. And then it'll become funny. Just like I said, I was sitting in class and he told me she was afraid of the kids in her classroom. It took a minute for me to get it. So she used to drink coffee all the time. She used to drink coffee. And they put hand sanitizer in their coffee. So Mochatizer. Hand sanitizer, coffee. Mocha. That's what I said when I said to her. I just made that shit fall over. That's exactly why she got what she got said to her. So everybody in the class starts bursting out laughing because they got the joke. And I was just like, oh, I wasn't trying to like do that, but whatever. Fuck you. You deserve it. And she's like, I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to be disrespected. I didn't disrespect you. You ran into the disrespect. Like, stop. So, I also want to add a side note into this. I was gonna add a freaking side note, and I can't remember what it was. I'm trying to think of what I was about to say. Oh, I finally figured it out. I sat here for 5 minutes and finally figured it out. Here's the thing of why she loved her coffee so much. If you probably already picked up on that shit, but my sister, she had her, like, she was a teacher when she was in school. So my sister ended up telling me, like, I think it was like, because I would come home and tell my sister the stories of what the fuck was going on with me at some point. Because people ended up like, and this is a story, like I said, a lot happened this year that was traumatic. So I won't get into it all here. But once I did what I did to myself, a lot started to come out. And people were a lot more compassionate towards me as far as my family goes in a way that I never thought they would be. And I started to tell a lot of stuff. And so I started to feel more comfortable to start telling them stories and things like that because I felt like I was going to be believed. And my sister, she had told me, she's just like, you don't know why she loved that coffee so much, do you? I'm like, no, like, because I don't read that much into it. Like, she was literally like, she was putting alcohol in her coffee.
Excuse me?
I was like, that doesn't surprise me at all. Why is you pleading that bad for some coffee? I tell you, she would literally come in the classroom and somebody would get ready to ask her a question. She's like, no, I didn't even touch my coffee today. I had time to touch my coffee. So I'm not going to sit here and have a conversation with you. As soon as she would have her coffee, 20 minutes later, all right, I'm taking questions. How y'all? Yup, okay. And so like I said, it clicked. That, bitch, it makes sense why you love this coffee so much. You get drunk. That makes sense why you coming at people the way you do. Not saying that everybody didn't deserve it. even me at times, because I fucked with her for no reason. I deserved it. There's a cause and effect. You know, she fucked with me, so I fucked with her back. But it's also like, turn the other cheek and be mature. You could have been whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm a kid, and she should have been the mature one. But, you know, we could go round and round in circles. It's a pointless debate of who's to blame, and it's trapped out and feeling strange. You know what I'm saying? Killer boy shit. So we could go round and round in circles. I take personal accountability because I was fucking with her for no reasons most of the time after some point, after getting tired of her fucking with me, so I fucked with her back, and I should have just like turned the other cheek. But then again, I wasn't in no position to. Not then again, like, oh, take away anything I just said, taking accountability, but just like, I'm giving what my thought process is here and now. Anyway, she was putting alcohol in her coffee. My sister walked into her class one day to ask her a question, and she's literally like, I don't even want to, it's a little bit, so it's not going to pour that far. She literally has her cup. Imagine this is her cup, and she's just like, whatever. And my sister walked in, and my sister was a good kid. You know, not to say she never got into any trouble or anything, but she was a good kid in school. So she didn't even drop her shit. She literally kept pouring the liquor. And my sister's in there, and she's just like, unapologetic, like, oh, please don't tell, like, no remorse or at all. She's just like, I guess because she figured my sister's a good kid, she's not going to say anything, and she doesn't really give her any trouble, and she can keep a secret. But she's like, girl, if you had the day I had, you'd be pour you up one too.
Blow it up, that's how we ball out.
And I'm like thinking about, like, when she told me this, I'm like, bitch, I done had more days like that, and I never came to school drunk. There was never a time that I came to school drunk. I probably should have been drunk. Hell, I should be a fucking alcoholic at this point. And I know y'all see me on these videos, and I always got a drink, but I've already explained this. I don't think I'm ever going to tell a story any type of sober. If it's not alcohol, it's going to be weed. And if it's not weed, it's going to be alcohol. Shit, it might be both. I've never, because this is trauma. Not this story, but like trauma, period. But I should have been fucking drunk. I should have been in school. I got hoes. Should have been zooming in my motherfucking seat. But I wasn't. And, you know, not saying that, because like that is pretty traumatic to have kids like try to like physically kill you. Like, that's traumatic as fuck. Not saying that but like, you're a grown adult. Why are you drinking? It's a lot. It's a lot. So, we know why she loves that coffee so much now, because she was pouring up. That's what my bitch was doing. So, they ended up, like, what happened? Because this is getting to the end of the story, but she walks out. I'm not going to be disrespected by whatever, blah, blah, blah. And class ends up going on regular. I get to Miss Dietrich's class. Dietrich's. You'll notice I'll repeat a word if I mess it up, because I'm trying to like get my brain to say it right. Dietrich's. I walked into Miss Dietrich's class, and I don't remember if fucker had this class with me or not. I do not remember if we had this class together, but I think we did, because there's pictures of him in the class. But at the same time, there were students in there that would come in there when she wasn't looking, that weren't supposed to be in there before she caught them. So I don't know. My best bet, if I had to bet my right arm on it, I'm going to say he did have this class with me, because we had most of our classes together, which was also shitty because he's a fucker. Yeah, we had to, I think we, like I said, had this class together, and he comes into the class literally tapping me, laughing. He's like, Serenity. So I think he's about to tell me some bullshit, because that's all it was most of the time coming from him. He was never coming to tell me any type of thing that could like benefit me or make me laugh, you know, or anything. It was always such and such said this about you or whatever, always starting shit with me. So, you know, like I said in the previous story times, my anxiety is at this point, I've been going through this shit for 2 years. My anxiety is at an all-time fucking high. Like, no jokes, nothing at all. So I'm just like, what fucking now? And he's laughing and won't even get it out. Like, you know how a person is laughing and they can't even, like, get out the joke? So I'm like, fucker, I almost just said his name. Fucker, calm down. I'm like, just tell me what's going on. Tell me what's really going on. Like, tell me. And so he finally gets himself calm enough to tell me that he was walking in the hallway, and Miss Williams, she was walking as well. And somebody was like, hey, Mocha. Somebody had said that shit to her. And she's just like, I don't have time for this. Where is Dr. Henry? Dr. Henry was our principal. So my thoughts on that was she was probably going to Dr. Henry to like tell me. And it's just like, you started it with a literal, like, I'm not going to act like I was a baby. I wasn't 2 years old or nothing, but I'm a child at the end of the day. I'm still 15, about to be 16 or, you know, whatever. And you're starting with me. And now you want to play victim because you're being terrorized. And I didn't do this shit out of nowhere. You messed with me first, so I said what I said. Now, kids taking it and running with it, I have no control over what somebody else does. Shit. If I had control over what they did, they would take shit and run with it when it came to me. So, the fact that she was like, let's go tell Dr. Henry to get Serenity in trouble is like so ridiculous. And so I started laughing too. And I'm not even gonna lie, this is about telling everything I can remember about this story and other story times. Like, there's gonna be a lot of times where it's embarrassing for me to say shit because I'm so wrong. And I have so grown past the person I used to be. But I did laugh. And I found that shit funny. Because fuck you. Like, that's how I really felt at the time. Bitch, fuck you. You got what you fucking deserve. Ha ha. Now you can deal with it. So what ended up happening after that was my teacher, Mr. Lacken, one day, because I had him for second period, one day they ended up like, I don't know, I don't remember how it exactly came about. I don't remember how he exactly came to me about it or anything like that, but I was now being framed.
Why does everything have to be so dramatic?
Because I said what I said, I was now on the suspect list of kids that did this to her. And everybody was sitting there saying, everybody that knew about the situation, they were like, this happened in your 5th and 6th period. How they know, I don't know. But I'm in your 3rd period. Nobody has said anybody from 3rd period did it. All of a sudden, because I made a joke about you after you started with me, I'm the culprit. All eyes are on me. So my teacher, Mr. Lackey, he came to me like halfway accusatory, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I'm asking you, but at the same time, I'm accusing you. So he's just like, well, why would you do that? But like, how? Did you really? Or whatever. Play word semantics with me. And I'm like, I did not do this shit. Because they were like, he was telling me that they were going to call me down to the office. And I was getting pissed off because I got, like, at this point, I was tired of, like, the framing me for shit I didn't do. And I'm like, I don't like the bitch at all.
Stop texting me. Baby.
Like, she wasn't one of the teachers I hated the most. If we want to go down that list, that's a totally different story time. But she wasn't one of the teachers I hated the most. But it's just kind of like, I wouldn't do this.
I should be out your way. Don't even trip. Yeah. I'm not going to jail for this.
Even to the teacher I hated the most, I wouldn't do this. That's attempted murder. Like I said, I was a lot more mature. I was a lot more mature than the kids I went to school with. And that's not me tooting my own fucking horn, but bitch, all aboard the choo-choo train. Like, I was a lot more like, shit like that. Her doing shit to me wasn't gonna cause me to kill her. I was afraid of jail. I didn't want to be anally raped. Like, I would never do something like that to put myself in jeopardy unless, like, I'm fighting for something bigger in my mind. So why would I sit there and try to kill you with hand sanitizers and staples just because I don't like it? That's extreme. At that point, whatever kid did that just because, I don't know the kid's reasoning. I don't know who it was. Whatever. But for what I hear, it was multiple kids. It was between multiple group of kids, and I can't even remember their names to, like, say their names. But I know the face. If I got a name to the face and whatever, but I know it was that group of kids that possibly did it. But it's just like, they need to be psychologically evaluated. To want to kill your teacher just because you don't like something she did to you, and it's not that extreme, is like crazy. Like, the other story time where, not the other story time, the other, like, trying to kill a teacher with perfume just because you don't like that she gave you a bad grade. Like, I spoke briefly on that one of the story times. Miss Castle, poor lady. It's just like, it's extra. I don't do that. I'm more mature. I'm saying I'm mature, but at the same time, people are going to point out, you're petty. You were going to her class late, but you're so mature. I am mature enough to not take it to that level. Let me say that. I'm going to be petty. I'm not going to come to your class on time. I'm going to talk my shit, but I'm going to live my life. I'm not going to jail about it. It's not that deep. You didn't physically assault me, you know, things like that. It's not that deep to me to be trying to kill you. So the fact that she was trying to like play that narrative is crazy, but I don't think she was trying to play that narrative because she actually believed me. I think she was trying to play that narrative because she was mad that kids were going around saying Mokatizer to her. So fuck you. I don't really give a fuck. Because you shouldn't have started with me. I didn't start with you out of nowhere. And yeah, I just was not going to be blamed for that. So I don't really remember what happened. I know I didn't get in any type of trouble, any type of suspension, exposure, nothing, because everybody was like, there was very few times that people took my side. Like I said, they didn't like me. So every time that I got into something, I was immediately wrong, especially depending on how popular the person was that I got into it with. So this was one of the times where they're like, she really didn't do it. She did not do it. We weren't there, but we know for a fact she didn't do it. I'm like, well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for giving me a win. Because a win is a win, honestly. But yeah, she just did not like me. I did not like her, especially after that, because bitch, that's attempted murder. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm not only gonna be expelled, I'm going to jail. If they care about you like they're trying to pretend they care about you, police are gonna get involved. Because I'm telling y'all, the reason how she found out was not she swallowed something, she drank the coffee and tasted it. It was so strong, because this was in her little letter that she was reading out to Ladybug. It was so strong that when she put the cup to like drink it, she smelt that shit immediately and knew what it was. She knew it was hand sanitizer because I would bet that they put the whole bottle on that bitch just to kill her. And then once she started to move her cup around, she heard like something in the cup clinking, and she looked and it was Staples. So yeah, that's attempted murder. You guys were gonna like slit my throat open. Poison control, 911. But yeah, I just thought that I would tell that story because not my little sister, but my little sister wanted me to tell it. And so here she goes. I just told something that it didn't bring me trauma. It was actually nice to take a break, honestly. But I'm just like, I just always got blamed for shit. But I'm gonna get off of here now. I'm not as like, I'm hot. I am hot. I wasn't hot before I drank this little shot of Pink Whitney, but I am hot. But I'm not as like zooted as I thought it would be, which is a good thing, because if I'm zooted, I'm gonna slur my words, I'm gonna mess up and make myself look like an idiot like I do in every other video. So if you love seeing that, you should come back and you should just continue to watch. And I hope you guys have an amazing, this will be uploaded next week, an amazing Saturday. And yeah, I'm Ali 5000.